believe that. Eh? Because yeah, you can go and take student loan. Like, nobody can say they can't go to the hospital now because they don't have money. Because there's now health insurance scheme. It said that right there. And then you'll be asking yourself, like, what the? Because that's the world they are living in. If you're not seeing it that way, you are obviously, an hater, so to say, or somebody who doesn't love Nigeria. When you call them or try to kind of like, when you call them in their track of lies, propaganda, use lies to win elections, so to say, right? And then you can't actually use the same propaganda to run a country. But these guys, they are not running propaganda to them. They are actually really running a country. Like Devil Umahi. I don't know his obsession with all this talk about Biafra this day. So, I mean, I'm just trying to understand, because it seems that every opportunity he has right now, he wants to tell us why the Igbos don't want Biafra. This was said today when he was doing end of something meeting, briefing, then to Biafra, because Tinubu has now integrated the Igbos to Nigeria. Igbos don't need Biafra anymore. Devil Umahi.
President Bola Tinubu, having done all these things, that there will be no need for agitation of Biafra again. And I saw, I watched Arise this morning, and they were talking about it. And Abati said, look, there is no region that is not talking about marginalization. And so, what I then meant was that we were excluded, Southeast people were excluded from the affairs of the nation. And that our president has included us. So having included us, then we can talk about marginalization alongside with other zones. They talk about that we've never been president. If I've never been president since, is it Bola Tinubu that will make it overnight by ceding his own position? No, he has to complete his 2 tenures. We are comfortable with what he's doing. We've been included. And so we can talk about marginalization, alongside with other zones. People talk about the effect of the Civil War. By including us, it means it's the right step. Whatever that went wrong, he has the capacity and the good heart, to, redeem it. It wasn't just South, it's South, part of it. So I want to boldly say that there is no need for Biafra agitation. We are better in Nigeria. Look at our resources in Southwest, in North, all over the country. And so, under this kind, high-hearted president who has included us, is not being wise. And I'm very bold to ask our people to speak out. Let the leaders be bold to speak out, because we can't keep quiet while, people that don't have economic, knowledge and the knowledge about administration will be darkening council without knowledge, and we as leaders, we keep quiet. We have to stand up. It doesn't mean that we are 100% okay. No region is 100% okay, but the journey has just started. And we believe strongly that the president is uniting the 6 geopolitical zones. We believe that under him, by the end of his second tenure, Nigeria would have been a united country, where the man from Sokoto will be in Ebonyi State, no harassment, he has equal rights with others. And this is very important. And to every region, I ask you, when you move from one region to the other, obey the laws of the people, obey the culture of the people. Don't be more Catholic than Pope. Respect the people.
Man, if you think, say, some of you who thinks that, poor people are very pretentious, like they will do anything to worship. No, you haven't seen the supposed rich people lick the bum crack of somebody who is their benefactor. The way that guy was talking, especially, I'm going to start from the last part. Nigeria law says every Nigerian is free to live legally and do business legally in every part of Nigeria. It is only northern Nigeria where they have special law that overrides that. They call it Sharia law. There's no other place in Nigeria. So Devil Umahi is indirectly, like many before him, gaslighting the Igbos on the legitimacy of their agitation. Igbos have always been appointed into the federal cabinet in Nigeria because they just don't have any choice. Igbos have not just only been appointed, though, they have been appointed into prominent, important federal cabinet position in Nigeria, ministerial positions. But you see these guys, these alatenuges, these ass lickers, they would want you to believe that it is just under this Tifnumbu that the Igbos have now been invited into the federal government of Nigeria. And therefore, since he has appointed people like him, he has appointed this one, the Igbos are satisfied. Do you get that? So there is no point in asking for anything else again, Jare. You know what? I'm a minister today because Tifnumbu loves the Igbos. No, Tifnumbu didn't make you minister because he loves the Igbos. It's just as he's got no choice. So why would somebody like that? Man, God damn it, man. Sure. And listen to me. They are all the same from all part of that contraption. Ass lickers, praise singers. They will do anything to keep their own feeding bottle being regularly refilled. And since they are mostly using me and you as their meal tickets, in case if you don't know, when you look at them and they say, I'm talking for my people, as a Yoruba man, I have to fight Irolongpa, give a damn about Yoruba people or anything. He's using that same Yoruba as Yoruba ticket to sit in that table and collect his own share. And you see somebody that says, I can speak for my people. The Igbo people are behind you. The Igbo people love you. No. The Were is using the same Igbo meal tickets to sit at that table with them. And as they are, when they all come together like that, they do not have any allegiance to any tribe, any ethnic, or any religion. Just so you know that one, okay? But they are pretty much those who are fueling, the toxicity that surrounds all of this, tribe, ethnic, and religion. And that's why they said Nigeria cannot break. Yeah. Once you get involved at the national level, they give you an appointment, you will never see Nigeria breaking. Like, why should Nigeria break? Maybe Nigeria should break after me, not now. Do you get what I mean now? But why should Nigeria break up now? Now that I have been, my uncle has been appointed as a Minister of Labor. Oh, my aunt has been appointed, my aunt's husband, right, has been appointed as a special advisor to the president on agriculture. Meanwhile, this person is a doctor, maybe a vet doctor. But he's been given a political appointment to be advisor to the president on agriculture. They know he's got nothing to do with agriculture, but they are now part of the federal appointment. Now they will be explaining economy to you. Those are the people that will be explaining security to you. Those are the people that will now be telling you about governance. And they will be educating you on what you don't know and why Nigeria cannot break. Nigeria cannot break. Lie, never. But let them leave that power. They will begin to tell you that this country will break up if we continue like this. They are no longer in that position. Shameless, selfish, self-centered people. They are all over the country. We all don't like how Nigeria is working. Until you now realize that nobody all of us don't like how Nigeria is not working. No. Okay? Some people actually want to be part of those that makes that contraption not really working. But if they are not able to get inside, then they will join people like me and you, that they usually call the ignorant ones, the loud ones, and the worst of it all, right? The enemy of the country, for pointing out all these lapses, these character flaws, and all this stuff, right? And saying, how can you believe people like this when they talk to you? I say, well, it's making sense. Are you crazy? do you know this person? Say, yeah, but you will see, they're all the same, but it's making sense. That's why I kind of respect him. Say, you respect me, God damn it, man. So it's a tough call. This guy once said, by the way, this one who actually backs me, right? Said, like those who are currently with Tinubu as well, right? Those who worked with Buhari, he said 95% of them were supposed to be in jail. I agree with him. It's APC.
So I tell you that if we open the books, 95% of those people that have served and got their budget released should be in jail by now.
I mean, it may not be fair to say that the 5% because there are good men in this country, and there are
so
good
maybe those,
people.
Those good men around those years are the 5%. Yeah.
So there are few good people in
very few good men around.
Your inference is that Buhari's government had more corrupt people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What is the basis? What do you know? You are a member of the party. You are closer to some of these people.
There has never been a time when government budgets were 100% released without interference by the presidency like Buhari's time. There has never been a time when ministers got free hands to operate like Buhari's time. We knew it. Everybody, you know it, Shehu. Everybody knows that. They were given 100% of their release, that's their capital budget, and nobody was talking to them about what to do. They did what they wanted to do. They did what they felt was right for them to do.
So the book feels, I mean, that book indicated or inferred that there is actually a cabal in the Buhari government.
Everyone was his own cabal under Buhari. If you got the chance to meet Buhari and explain things to him, you become a cabal. Yeah?
So it was a free-for-all under Buhari government.
Absolutely.
The nation was at...
Absolutely. Now, nobody needs to remind you of this issue.
On autopilot of...
Absolutely. People were doing what they wanted to do. If you are appointed under Buhari, your job will be abdicated to you. No supervision.
Is there any difference under this government?
Do I need to tell you?
You need to tell me.
How many ministers do you know in this government?
I mean, quite a few of them that I know.
So it's to tell you that it's not business as usual.
So this government is different from
Hands-on.
government.
Hands-on. If you're talking about government, hold on, Bashir. Let me. If you're talking about government, a president that is hands-on on nothing else but his finance, it's Shashwaju.
Nuisance, Lele.
No, don't forget. They wrote a book for Buhari, which was unveiled inside the Old Rock 2 days ago, I think. And the book was that from soldier to statesman, the legacy of Muhammadu Buhari, the lifeless Daura money coin, by the way. But there are so many revelations according to those who have actually read the book or those who reviewed the book. This book was written by Charles Omole, who was also appointed under Buhari as one of the spinners, the liars. All right? But that guy didn't lie when he said it was a free-for-all. In that book, right, it was revealed that at a point, Maman Daura, Abakiyari, hang on, probably like after Abakiyari dead or so. But Maman Daura despised Aisha so much that they accused her of poisoning Buhari. And the fear of her poisoning him again, right? They prevented her from seeing him since he came back from that London, which in itself fueled the speculation that Buhari died in London. Because from the moment he came back, this was in 2018 or so, I mean 2017 or 2018, Aisha Buhari never entered the room of Buhari again until the end of 2023. So it was revealed that indeed they were actually planning to get another wife for Buhari. He denied it. He said one of the things they said about him that continued to crack him up was that they actually told people that he was getting married. They even printed invitation, this and that. Now they are telling us that that story was true. That intentionally they actually wanted to get another wife for Buhari, or that Buhari that they brought back. So no wonder. Remember that time when Aisha attended one of this Tinubu's campaign program? Yeah, an indoor program. And she said, where are the men in this country? Where are the real men? When only two men are controlling this country, controlling this government, and all of that. They all had a free hand, no doubt, because it was like a free-for-all. Under the supposed anti-corruption general, right? So it was a free-for-all. They looted Nigeria. They emptied Nigeria. Now they wrote a book. It is believed that instead of the book to actually really praise Buhari, the book is out to ridicule him. For those who have actually followed it. Kalu delivered a speech. I have decided to cut this into two so that I won't waste your time, all right? But here is the part of Kalu's speech in what was called the Legacy of Buhari's book. And guess what? It is believed this particular project or book is believed to have been funded by Tinubu, right? In order for the ridicule of Buhari, they say, right? I'll show you about first. Tinubu.
It should motivate future leaders to learn lessons rather than repeat slogans. Buhari was just a simple man, honest, respected, unassuming, and full of good sense of humor in his simplicity. In that spirit, let us reflect on the enduring pillars of President Muhammadu Buhari's legacy. First, humility. President Buhari preferred simplicity over ornamentation. He believed that a leader must first discipline in himself before he can discipline a system. He lived modestly, and he carried the dignity of that modesty into power. Second, security. President Muhammadu Buhari recognized that security is the foundation of citizenship and prosperity. He invested in platforms and personnel, improved capacity across our armed forces, and pushed for reform that endured beyond headlines. He understood that safety requires protection, both in state and in its citizens. Third, with vision, he understood the importance of long-term thinking, constructing bridges, restoring railways, building roads, modernizing our airports, renewing critical infrastructure, while prioritizing maintenance and sustainability. Fourth, social justice. He believed in targeted social investment to ensure that the state did not ignore the poor and the vulnerable. These are the pillars of his legacy. But a legacy is given greater meaning when those who follow choose to continue what has been started. That is my duty, and I pledge that one today. President Muhammadu Buhari loved this country consistently, morning after morning, decision after decision, straight through to the oath he took. That is why even those who disagree with him often acknowledged his honesty. Our political journey together taught me that cooperation across differences is not weakness, it is wisdom. Nation building demands that we compete passionately and we compete dispassionately, govern responsibly. President Muhammadu Buhari understood that the contest ends when the oath begins. In his memory, let us keep our politics honorable and our governance focused on results. Nigeria is greater than any tribe, language, faith, or political party. This book